Hello, I'm Ellie Kelly. Welcome to the Hudson Players special virtual production of 10 Minutes from Cleveland, written by Eric Coble and directed by Bernardo. Stay tuned after the show for a special interview with the author, Eric Coble. We have a fantastic slate of shows planned for our 77th season. In the fall, we will present Domestic Tranquility, written by Rich Orloff. In February, we will be performing a hysterically funny musical that we can't announce yet, but we'll share more details soon. In May, we will be performing The Bikinis, written by Ray Roderick and James Hindeman. This past year has been tough on the performing arts industry. While tonight's show is free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation to the Hudson Players to help keep the arts alive. For more information on our upcoming season, audition information, season ticket subscriptions, or to make a tax-deductible donation, please visit our website at www.hudsonplayers.com. Without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get off of there.
I wouldn't run across this bridge if I were you.
Whatever it is, it's not that bad. There is no reason to jump. It's a beautiful day. How can you jump on a beautiful day?
I wasn't jumping.
It's April. We got sun. Look at the sun. It's going to be 70 today. Sunshine, happy, no more clouds.
It's Cleveland. We'll have 2 feet of snow by tonight.
You really scared me. I thought,
you might be able to make it across.
What?
How fast can you run?
Well, I don't know. This is my first run. Kind of a New Year's resolution. I'm a little late. But it was the first really great day. I thought I'd just try to get over to West 25th and back.
Oh, see, that's the problem. All right, here's my advice. Run along this strip here, this column, and run like your life depends on it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The Detroit Superior Bridge is about to collapse.
What?
You see those bolt holes there? 3 of them are out. The 3rd fell out on Friday, and that crack running from the bolt holes down to that 3rd support beam, it's been widening millimeters every day since Friday. My guess is that with the sudden warm weather today, the 4th bolt, that last bolt, it's gonna go. And if it does, this whole concrete slab goes. It takes out those perpendicular support struts, and the whole east side of the bridge goes into the river.
Right.
How bad do you want to jog across this bridge? How fast can you jog across this bridge?
That is crazy. A bridge doesn't collapse because of one bolt.
It can if it's the right bolt. Here, look, I worked out the physics. The weight of the bridge is spread between this axis and this axis, with most of the weight coming down and out at these 2 points. Now, if this point goes, then this point suddenly acts as a fulcrum, and the bridge twists here, here, and here. And it's just steel. The tension index isn't nearly strong enough, and so the bridge will crack. Here, 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 and here. End of bridge.
You worked all this out.
I'm a physics professor at Case Western. Or I used to be. Got to keep my mind busy, you know? Unemployment's been a bitch.
Well, have you told anybody?
That I'm unemployed?
About the bridge.
Oh, I wrote some letters and op-eds to the PD, but they won't print anything. The Free Press said they'd send a photographer, but that bastard never showed. And don't even get me started on scene.
Oh, but we got to tell someone. We got to block traffic. It's Wednesday. This place is going to be full of cars any minute.
Here comes one now.
Oh my God. Stop! Stop!
It doesn't matter.
Is the bolt still there?
Yeah, bolt's still there.
Wait, did you feel it shake? The bridge really shook.
The bridge always shakes. Haven't you ever been out here before?
What? No. Who walks over the Detroit Superior Bridge?
I've been out here every day for 6 months.
Well, that was just one car. What happens when rush hour comes?
Look, it doesn't matter. how much mass or force there is spread out across the bridge. What matters is a small amount of weight straight down right there, like a jogger.
You're kidding me.
It's physics.
Oh, God. You saved my life.
It's physics.
Well, I don't know physics. I work for American Greetings.
Really? Oh, I bought one of your cards a couple years ago. It was one of the funny ones. Oh, it had a bear on it.
I'm not in creative. I'm accounting.
Oh.
I will run home and call for help. My apartment is right over there. You stay here and don't let anyone cross the bridge.
Wait a minute, you work on the west side?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Have you ever hung out there?
What? Listen, we don't have time.
You ever been to North Olmsted or Middleburg Heights or Lindale?
But no, why should I?
Exactly. Everything you need is over here.
Oh, not everything. I have friends in Ohio City, and there's this great Thai place on the Rain I want to get back to.
That's what I thought. Forget it.
Oh my God, what are you doing? What?
I'm stomping.
What? Oh my God, you are insane. You are a terrorist.
I am not. I'm a case professor.
This isn't some experiment. People could get killed.
Hello, I waited till there was no one on the bridge or under it.
Wait, is this like a cry for help? Hire you or you take out a bridge?
Please.
Then what do you have against the Detroit Superior Bridge?
It's not me. It's you. It's nature.
What?
Look around you. This is the east side and the west side we're talking about. Have you ever seen two chunks of land trying harder to get away from each other? I mean, sure, maybe 4 million years ago they were happy together, but the glaciers pretty much put an end to that, didn't they?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
God parting the land from the sea. Moses parting the waters. And now it's the waters' turn to part us. The glaciers came barreling through 2 miles high, smashing down mountains, filling in valleys with the debris that it picked up along the way. You think a bridge going down is loud? Try standing next to an oncoming glacier. The smashing of 1,000 rocks, the snapping of 1,000,000 trees, the churning of the land itself. And when the sun finally melted that wall of ice, the waters ripped out new valleys, washing up acres of ground up boulders and gravel and sand over the scarred land. And now people in Shaker Heights can't find Westlake. And people in Rocky River can't pronounce Bratenahl. It's the old world from the new. It's the East Coast from the Midwest. It's the Great Divide. It's the greatest divide. And now man indulges in the folly of thinking it can bridge the chasm. But the earth will have none of it. The land rebels, spitting out bolts from its erector set spines to return our divided world to its disparate parts. And I, for one, will shun the era of my puny race as I finally, triumphantly, gloriously side with my mother.
I should have run at the gym.
I tried to cross over. I tried to bring them together. Hey, I want to live in Lakewood and work at Case every day, but would they let me? No, they fired me.
I don't think they fired you because you live in Lakewood.
Open your eyes, Hallmark.
American Greetings.
The east side tolerates the west side. The west side puts up with the east side. But you try moving the museums, or the orchestra, or the zoo, or Memphis Kitty Park, and you'll see the two true faces of our fair city.
Why would you move the Memphis Kitty Park?
In 1836, when those East Siders and West Siders were getting out their knives and pitchforks and Frankenstein rake thingies and firing cannonballs at each other over the Cuyahoga River, they knew what it meant to be separate.
Please do not do that again.
You said it yourself. Why should I go over there?
Why don't you walk with me? Back down to the RTA park down there, and please do not do that.
Oh, I just thought of something. I think our combined weight over here is keeping that bolt in over there.
Oh, so first it was, if I walk across it collapses, and now it's, if I walk away from it, it collapses.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is insane.
Ooh, did you hear that?
What?
That.
Creak?
Creak.
It was just the wind.
You ever heard the wind creak before?
One person doesn't make a difference to a bridge. Before I lost all that weight, maybe, but...
Then yes, go. Do it. Walk away.
Someone is going to walk by today. A ton of cars are going to pass by. You cannot keep me here.
I'm not. In fact, I think the bridge and I both want you to go. So what's it gonna be, accounting, huh? You gonna go over, or you gonna go back?
Hey, Ma.
Look at what the dog dragged out.
Hey, I made it, didn't I?
Smell it like a cat house, like the flats. My God, my eyes are watering.
It's my cologne. I put some on to spruce me up.
A bath spruces you up. That stuff kills insects.
All right.
I can smell you over the fish counter.
All right. Do you want me here or not?
I didn't call you, it was your father.
Oh. Where is Pop?
Bringing the stuff into the market from the car.
What stuff?
The door's open any minute. I noticed I didn't see you in church again.
Ma.
I can only tell the priest you have had lice
You don't have to-
so many times. I think he's suspicious. So I told him you had painful explosive diarrhea. And that quieted him down.
Jesus.
Language?
You don't have to lie, Ma. I'll make it when I make it.
Maybe for our funeral.
I need some coffee.
I'll get you some.
I'll get some at Big City.
We got coffee here.
I like theirs.
They got all those flavors. It's like Baskin and Robbins. It's too confusing.
I like the flavors.
We got 2 flavors here. Dad made it, Mom made it. Today, Mom made it. Good and thick, like spackle.
I'll be back.
Why don't you just go to Johnny Hot Dog while you're at it and get a beer for breakfast?
Peter,
Hey, Pop.
oh, dear God in heaven, is that you?
It's him.
It's my cologne.
Here, go buy some pork jowls over at Janish's and rub them on your neck. They'll get rid of the stench.
I don't want to get rid of the stench. I like it.
I knew a girl from Rodna that smelled like that. We all thought she was rotting from the inside. It turned out it was her cologne. She was a hooker.
Is that the name of your cologne, rotting whore?
I don't need this. I got up at the crack of dawn and drove down here
How
because
was
you...
traffic?
It's 6 a.m., Pop. Traffic was fine. The only 2 human beings I saw were that crazy guy on the Detroit Bridge and some lady waving at me as I drove by. Here, let me give you a hand with that.
No, I got it. I just wanted you here for the big unveiling.
What? Finally splurging on a new sign?
We don't need no new sign.
Your uncle got the Brunmullers to paint that sign in exchange for him doing their dental work. Your uncle was so goddamn good with a hammer.
What, are we expanding? Pierogi and kielbasa not good enough for you? We're gonna have cheesecake now too?
Don't be stupid.
It's not expanding, it's updating.
How?
We are pummeling into the 21st century, my boy.
What?
Beautiful, isn't it?
The doors are opening. Get out of the way, boy.
What the hell is a low-carb pierogi?
Your father didn't want to scare you, but our sales have been slumping this last year.
No, not slumping. Slipping. Just slipping.
Slipping and slumping. We need to get those skinny people back to our counter.
But you can't make a low-carb pierogi. It's scientifically impossible.
I had my doubts, but Papa convinced me.
I said, if they can make a remote control TV, I can make an Atkins pierogi.
And your father did.
How?
There's no more potato and cheese inside. It's all beef inside.
From Danny and Ella over there, it's fresh.
And no pasta outside. It's spelt.
It's not a pierogi anymore, Pop. It's some kind of Frankenstein's undead ravioli.
And that's why your father didn't let you make the sign.
Oh, it tastes like paper.
Beefy paper.
These have gotten dried out. Let me put some more grease and butter on them.
Then it'll taste like buttery paper.
It's modern. They're not supposed to taste like food.
Do you think anyone's gonna actually want one of these things?
Hello! Are those truly low-carb pierogies?
Oh, may we sample some?
It's 12.8 net carbs and 56 calories per serving.
We've been on Atkins for 8 months now.
It's terrific to see the old world finally catching up to the new.
These are super.
Oh, tasty, buttery, and beefy.
But delicate like paper.
We'll have another order, please.
No, this is wrong. The words delicate and pierogi should not belong in the same sentence.
Shut your mouth, Peter.
I won't shut my mouth. Pierogies are supposed to be heavy, dumpy, solid little chunks of carbs and fat. They're cold furnaces of calories to make it possible to go out in the Polish January and the Cleveland February and chop the damn wood and milk the cows and make it in from the parking lot by the lake. And they're not a fad or a gimmick. They're squat food for squat people. And there's simply no such thing as an Atkins pierogi.
I like the low carb.
Thank you. We need to go get our sun-dried tomatoes now.
Be sure to get the low carb tomatoes.
Shut your mouth.
You can't fight progress, Peter.
This isn't progress, Pop. This is Grandma Wisniewski rolling over in her grave when she got here in 1920.
In 1918.
1917.
18.
17. It was the year after Riga, and she got here in 16.
When she got here, she had one dream: to raise her family, keep them strong and sturdy and warm. And she had the best dang pierogi recipe in Cleveland to do it with. And we've been sharing that recipe for 80 years.
73.
74.
73.
No, it's 74. She started selling them at the corner of Prospect first.
And why do you think she came to the West Side Market? It called her here. It was waiting for her, and for her sons to take over after her, and for you to take over from your brothers. And me and Mary and Michael will take over after you, and our kids will take over after us. The same bricks, the same windows, the same market. And the thread that holds it all together is the flour and the dough and the potatoes and the sauerkraut and the love.
You had me up to the love part.
We still have classic Wisniewskis here. We're just expanding into new territory. Grandma had to leave the old world to see Cleveland, so we have to leave some of the old calories to see lower body fat percentage consumers. Ugh.
I'm telling you, this is the road to ruin.
Ooh, new pierogies? I'll take 2 orders.
Oh,
May we have 3 more orders of the Atkins pierogies?
Oh, God.
Yeah, Gina, you've got to get down to the West Side Market.
Oh, also, we just inked a deal to serve these at all the fine restaurants in Greater Cleveland.
There's new low-carb pierogies. They're a godsend.
This is blasphemy. You know that. You're calling down the wrath of God on the whole family.
a minute ago we couldn't find you in church, and now you're speaking for God?
Because we're talking about pierogies, Ma.
Would any of you be interested in our new organic soy kielbasa while you're here?
What?
My cousin is a vegetarian.
So's my boss.
Why not?
I'm dreaming. Tell me I'm dreaming.
It's the future, sweetheart. You can't, the change is always difficult.
This has got to stop.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Get your old-fashioned, old-style pierogies right here.
Hey, no yelling. You know the rule, no selling by yelling.
Screw the rules. I'm not yelling for customers. I'm yelling for Grandma Wisniewski. Old-style potato-stuffed pierogies here. Get them with extra potatoes right here.
New Atkins low-carb pierogies, the latest and greatest, right here.
Carbs, carbs, carbs. Get them while you still can.
Most of the flavor, none of the carbs.
It's so wonderful to see the family working together.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What? What did he say? Did you understand what he said?
I wasn't listening.
It sounded like he was speaking Turkish from the bottom of a well. This is the train to the airport, right?
What?
This is the train to the airport?
Yeah.
I hope I allowed enough time. How long does it take to get to the airport?
I don't know. I've never been.
Where are you going?
Tower City?
Shopping?
Working.
Really? What store?
The food court.
Oh. Well, that's okay. I've eaten there. Which place?
Auntie Anne's Pretzels.
I've eaten there. I had the cinnamon sugar pretzel. Maybe we saw each other and didn't even know it.
Maybe.
I was going to an Indians game. Me and two of my girlfriends from work, we stopped at the food court before we went over. Have you been to Jacobs Field?
A couple times.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? I think it's beautiful. Don't you think it's beautiful? It's so much fun.
It's nice, yeah.
My dad used to take me to the old stadium.
I got patted on the head by Joe Charbonneau once. Didn't wash my hair for a week.
Where'd you used to sit?
Oh, I don't know. Anywhere we could, I guess. Mostly up high with our backs to the lake.
Us too. Maybe we were sitting next to each other and didn't even know it.
Could be.
Give nerve candy.
What did he say? What stop is this?
East 105th and Kinsman.
They really should clear up that intercom. How am I supposed to recognize my stop?
You see that chart on the wall? We're the red line. You've got 1, 2, 3 more stops until Tower City, and then another 7, 8, 9 into the airport. You can just count them.
3 and 9, great. 12 legs to go, 1.5 minutes per leg. 1.5 times 12.
No, not all the legs are equal.
Oh,
But a big hint, the airport's the last stop. So when the train stops and doesn't start up again, you should get off.
thanks. That'll be my hint. You're lucky.
What?
Well, you're lucky you get to ride the train to work. What?
Yeah, I'm lucky, all right. I also don't have a choice. I don't have a car right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I usually walk to work at the Tops, work until the midnight shift, walk home, get a few hours of sleep, and then I catch the train to Tower City.
Wow.
What do you do?
I work at home. I'm a financial planner, freelance.
It's a beautiful word, freelance.
It's got its ups and downs,
You set your own schedule?
more or less.
Then freelance is a beautiful word. You count your blessings.
I started as a consultant at Ernst & Young, and then I split off to make my own company. No time clock, but no safety net either.
Safety net. What's a safety net?
Exactly. Do you have a family?
I got a little girl, but she stays with her mom. We're separated.
Oh. Do you ever take your daughter to an Indians game?
You know, I was just thinking that. I think I might do that.
I hear they're on a good streak right now. Oh, maybe she could get a pat on the head from Omar Vizquel.
Except he's gone.
Well, from somebody. Somebody who's going to be famous, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm a parent now, so I understand the value of washing hair.
I see your point.
You got kids?
No, no, I'm still single. I mean single. Not still single, just single. I'm happily single.
EFF.
11 more stops.
Oh, you see down 55th down there? That's where I grew up, down off Central.
Nice neighborhood.
It's all right. Great streets to play in. Of course, us kids didn't know any better. How about you?
We didn't play in the streets much. It was a major 4-lane state route.
I mean, where did you grow up?
Oh, Pepper Pike.
Ah.
But I moved to Cleveland Heights because I wanted to live a little more urban, you know?
And is it?
What?
More, urban.
Yes, it's more electric, jagged, colorful. Oh, no, I didn't mean...
No, you mean the housing stock is older. It's got more character, more colorful.
Yes, I'm sorry.
For what?
You fear for
10 more stops?
I love old houses. Mine's 80 years old. You don't know trouble until you go messing with 80-year-old plumbing.
I did my own windows. I tried to restring or reconnect, whatever, resash mine.
That's a job.
I couldn't do it. Holding the weight, the string, and the frame, I am not strong enough. I couldn't do it.
Sure you are.
No, I couldn't do it.
Let me see your hands. See, most people think it's in the biceps, but it's actually in the hands. Most women have amazingly strong hands.
Not mine.
See? Good, strong working fingers.
You have beautiful hands.
Piano playing hands.
What
Why'd
made
you say
that? I used to play.
I used to play piano.
I was in a band.
My mom made me practice every day.
Oh, mine too. Then in high school, I joined a garage band.
Oh, no. I never played with anyone, just concerts for family, sometimes neighbors.
We kept trying to sound like Nirvana and Green Day.
Oh, my mom would have none of that. It was classical or it was silent. Mozart's Sonata in A major. Oh, that was me, baby, by heart.
Do you still play?
No piano, just my headphones. Keeps me sane.
Our band never made it out of the garage. Oh, except to play at our drummer's cousin's wedding.
Gig's a gig.
What we lacked in talent, we made up for in volume.
Actually, I lied. I do still play at my sister's house. She's got a piano in her parlor, just off the living room. Sometimes after everyone goes to watch TV after dinner, I'll sneak in there and play a little something, a little Bach or something, you know, just to hear my fingers talking.
I know.
Sitting in the dark, playing for nobody.
Not for nobody.
The ones that are still left, you know, the ones that came before. That's what I love about old houses. It's every room still has someone left in it. You just get quiet, you know?
Or play them a concert.
Yeah.
I bet you're really good.
Oh, no. There's a reason live people don't stick around to hear me.
That's why I started. I thought if I could fill our house with music, fill our block, fill our city, fill our country, that there wouldn't be any room left for the bad stuff, that we'd all be full of beauty.
And so you played beautifully loud.
So I played loud.
Tuesday?
Oh, that's me.
How can you tell?
Look under there. Tower City from underneath.
I like that. Being under the city. Well, I'm Lila.
Oh, Anthony. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
See? Good, strong grip. You'll get those sash cords changed in no time.
Maybe I'll see you at Auntie Anne's?
I'm there most afternoons.
Or at an Indians game with your daughter.
And you should take up piano. The world still needs to be filled.
Well, see you around, Anthony.
I'd like that. Oh, and don't leave that seat. When you leave here, you're going to get this amazing view of the Detroit Superior Bridge. Best view in town.
Thank you. Nine more stops.
I give myself 90 seconds to just sit here before I have to go get the damn barbecue sauce and tongs for Kathy and Doug's party this afternoon. Could they have given me a little more warning? And if I'm not out of here ASAP, I'll catch lunch hour traffic plus road construction. And that's how you know it's spring. It's not 70-degree weather. It's orange barrels. And that'll be my boss wondering where I am. Or the workers replacing my windows wondering where to sweep the broken glass. Why can't the world just let me enjoy my goddamn shopping?
Legacy Village is great, isn't it?
Yes. I love to shop. It's that one sliver of my life when I'm free to be me. It's my imagination, my dreams, my plans. That beautiful expectation of carrying something new to the car. You can't wait to get it home, to try it out. I love that. It's the world that's insane. Well, you know what I'm talking about. You're here to do your shopping too, aren't you?
No.
Oh, I just assumed because you were sitting here. Are you waiting for someone?
No.
Do you work here?
I live here.
In Lyndhurst?
In Legacy Village. I'm Desmond.
Lucille. That's very good. Someone actually living in Legacy Village.
I got a good laugh out of the idea when it first occurred to me, too. Then my credit card ran out.
You're serious?
It was my 4th trip to the village in 1 week. I was here to buy placemats and a Kentwood frameless mirror at Z Gallery, and my credit card came up short. The cashier just looked at me with pity, utter pity. And I staggered out in a daze, and I staggered over to Clatta Irish Pub to console myself, and I realized that my wallet was dead dry. And I sat down in this little plaza on this very bench. And this woman sat down next to me, and we started talking. And we kept talking.
And the stores began to close. It's happened to me too.
And I realized that I had absolutely no desire whatsoever to go back to Parma. Everything I could ever want, everything I could ever need was right here in Legacy Village.
But at some point they kicked you out.
They who? It's a big village, Lucille. You move from shop to shop, sleep in different stores, change your clothes occasionally. Nobody ever really looks at you anyway.
But that's insane. I mean, no disrespect, but if you actually lived in Legacy Village, you'd be bonkers.
Hi, Desmond. Cheesecake?
Lucille, I'd like you to meet Annie. Annie moved here from Euclid a few weeks after the village opened. She was here months before I was.
Oh, you told her.
She was having an outer world meltdown. I sensed the need for intervention.
I feel ya. Cheesecake?
You two are pulling my leg.
When Desmond and I first met here on this bench, we went over and had some Haagen-Dazs ice cream, some Starbucks coffee, and then I took him back to my place, which that night was our house furniture.
We've been going together for 3 months now.
I picked out his clothes at Talbot's for Men. You really should have a piece of this cheesecake. It's still fresh.
Did you pay for that?
We haven't used money since I got here, have we?
Most places have to throw away the unsold cheesecake after 2 days. Most places have to clear the kitchen every 3 hours.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's like one long buffet.
But the fondue at the melting pot starts to taste funny after about 40 minutes.
Hey guys, what's the hell?
Hey, Martinique.
Martinique, this is Annie. We were just telling her about our life here.
She needed a shopping intervention.
Ooh. Well, I had my breakdown in Crate and Barrel. I had like 3 lamps and a dinette set and thought to myself, this is never gonna fit in my dinky little apartment in University Heights.
Never went back to that apartment, did you?
Oh, thank God. Hey, any cheesecake left?
Ooh, not for a while, but Stir Crazy should have Mushu up soon.
Oh.
Atkins pierogies. They're brand new at Rio Tuscan Grill.
Is he one of your tribe too?
I beg your pardon?
Actually, no,
The one of what tribe?
he's not.
Oh, nothing. We're just playing a little game.
Oh, sort of like people watching, huh?
Exactly. We're all done now.
Sorry.
It's okay, you'll pick it up.
I won't be here long enough to pick it up. I couldn't live like this, completely cut off from the rest of the world.
How cut off? We've got Joseph Beth.
We get 8 major papers daily.
More books than you could read in a lifetime.
Yeah, but if I have to look at one more chicken soup for anyone's soul, I am gonna hurl.
You can say that again. But I have to admit, I do have a fondness for Danielle Steele novels.
But living the way you do, same buildings day after day, it'd be like a prison.
And how much of the world are you experiencing, Lucille? I'll bet you go from the same house, on the same roads, to the same office and back, stopping at the same stores for the same supplies. Are you experiencing more of the world than we are?
But what do? You have to do something.
Why?
Because we need to stay busy.
Why?
Because the world needs to keep going. We have to keep doing things.
Are the things you're doing making you happy? Once you stop trying to live in both worlds, it frees up a huge amount of space in your life.
Look, you can hardly see the outside world from here. There is a big stone wall between us and Cedar Road. Inside of that wall is a wrought iron fence. And then 2 lanes of traffic like a moat. And then some curbs and then the village. Safe and secure.
Oh, and music.
Oh.
Your whole life has a soundtrack here. If you don't like the music in one store, you just go to another.
It follows you outside.
I was noticing that. Where does the music come from? The trees and flowers?
Who knows? It just is.
Like Eden.
And everything's so clean here. I cannot tell you what a difference that is from my apartment.
The only smells are disinfectant and furniture polish and new furniture and perfumes.
And the people are clean too.
And there's such diversity here. Old and young, singles and families, upper class and upper middle class, people who want furniture and people who are only here for accessories.
Annie and I are actually going to have our children here.
Oh, can't you just see their little faces when they get a demo room at Bombay Kids as their very own?
We could never afford that kind of thing in the outside world. Here we have the best of everything.
And they'll be dressed in the best, from Oshkosh and Talbots for kids, eating cookies by design.
It's like being the first people on Earth all over again.
What are you guys, on commission?
Nope. No soliciting allowed in the property, sir.
I don't know if everyone in Lyndhurst is like you all, but I know one thing. I thank God I live in Wycliffe.
Now is your chance. Your car is waiting.
Your chance to go back to your village.
But you know what? Hey, I'm gonna go to the sports store and go rock climbing, and then I'm gonna design a whole new kitchen on the Expo computers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It was so sweet meeting you.
I parked over by Giant Eagle.
That's a nice parking lot. Nice view of the perimeter trees.
We could walk with you if you'd like.
We don't have anywhere we have to be.
If I don't leave, my car will probably get towed.
One less hassle.
It was really important for us to find a village that we could walk in.
The important thing is for you to find a village you can live in. Once it stops being a lifestyle center, it starts being a life center.
You go get me a piece of cheesecake and I'll meet you at the Ann Taylor loft.
How long have you had the sore throat, Miss Jackson?
I don't know, man. On and off for a while. I've been seen like 3 times already.
And you tested negative for strep?
I think so.
Okay, this could just be postnasal drip irritating the throat.
Right. That's what one of the doctors said.
But do you remember the other doctor's name?
No.
Do you remember if it was here at the clinic?
No.
Did this other doctor at this possibly other place give you any kind of prescription?
Yeah.
And did you get that filled?
No.
Any idea what they prescribed?
I lost the paper.
Okay, we're gonna start over. We're gonna do another throat culture.
Is that where you put the stick in my mouth?
A swab, yes.
The other doctor did that.
And I can't find the culture. Hold on. Frank, I need a throat culture in here.
I think there's too much culture in there already. If you get a minute.
I've had this pounding headache on and off for like 6 months.
I wasn't on your report.
She didn't mention it.
Maybe it's because I haven't taken my blood pressure pills.
Oh, well, see, that could be a problem. When did you last take them?
Maybe Christmas?
Okay.
Blood pressure was high, but not frightening.
We're gonna take a throat culture and talk about your blood pressure when I come back, okay? You'll do the culture?
I'll see if Maya can. Number 453-2996 and 12 is getting testy.
Okay.
I am not going to some office party in the flats. Tell them if they're interested in the Strongsville property to meet me at the Tremont barbecue thing at 4. Hold on. It seems a nurse has deigned to see me.
I'm Dr. Holloway. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I don't know about you, but I work for a living.
I'm sorry?
I make $65 an hour outside of this room. I've been waiting here for 45 minutes. Who's going to reimburse me for my time?
Well, I'm seeing you now.
I made an appointment. I honor my appointments. You're a multi-million-dollar institution. I don't understand why you can't honor your appointments.
Actually, we were full before we fit you in, Mr. LaCroix.
And yet you sit here without letting me see Dr. Satyarthi.
Well, Dr. Satyarthi isn't in today. You wanted to be seen today.
Apparently my cholesterol is worrisome.
Well, I don't know if I'd say worrisome, but it's clearly something we need to talk about.
Just write me a prescription.
Well, actually, I need to check some facts first.
It should all be there in the file.
But before we jump to medication, we need to talk about diet and exercise.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, I know, but your insurance may not cover prescriptions until we've tried lifestyle changes for 6 months.
6 months? I could be dead in 6 months.
Yes, you could be.
What?
But so could I and everyone else. The point is that...
Lifestyle changes. You make it sound like I should stop hanging around gay bars.
If that's your connotation...
I'm not gay. I was just using that as an absurd example.
Sir, would you please lower your voice? Your cholesterol has nothing to do with your sexual preference.
Deja, urgent patient's call.
Okay, I'm so sorry, sir. I'll be right back.
Why was he yelling about being gay?
He's upset about his cholesterol. What, has anyone given you that throat culture yet?
Does the guy in the room next to me have a problem with being gay?
I'll be right back.
It's Mrs. Hibiscus. Says she's called 3 times. Her fever's 108. She appears to be bleeding, and her heart may have stopped.
Okay. Mrs. Hibiscus, this is Dr. Holloway. It sounds like maybe you need an ambulance. Mrs. Hibiscus? Oh, you're already in the clinic? Where are you? You don't know either. Is there a sign near you? Yes, there are a lot of buildings. Well, no, I'd be happy to write another prescription, but you need to find me first, especially if your heart has stopped. Frank will give you directions, okay?
Can you hold, please? Beautiful, isn't it? Number 3886223, room 11. Can you take a look at him?
Well, can someone else?
They're all with other patients or filling out reports.
Well, I'm with other patients. I should be filling out reports.
You've got 4 more to do this hour to meet the quota. Plus reports on number 6700972, number 4461129, and number 519983.
Do any of these people have names?
Not that I know of.
How you doing today, sir? That sounds pretty nasty.
I think I need an antibiotic.
Well, it says here you're already on some. This could be viral.
Exactly. I need more antibiotics.
Well, if it's viral, the antibiotics won't help. It just takes time to go away. Okay. Obviously, staying calm is good. It could be any number of things. It could be postnasal drip.
From what? I don't have a cold.
Well, P&D can come from a variety of sources. chronic sinusitis. If it's that, we can surgically drain it.
Surgically drain it? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
We don't know yet.
You're going to have to go in there with a scalpel or a knife or something. It's in my throat. It's right next to my brain.
We can treat you with a steroid spray instead.
Steroids? Oh, God. Oh,
God. Where's a tongue depressor?
I had one of those Atkins pierogies this morning. Would that have anything to do with it?
I need a tongue depressor.
You need a TB ward. And you have a call from Danny Gerhardt about his test results.
Okay.
Excuse me, Dr. Holloway. Can I just grab you for a moment?
Oh, okay, 10 seconds.
My name's Deirdre Roberts. I'm with Pharmacure.
You're a drug rep?
Pharmaceutical liaison. Look, I couldn't help but notice that you have your hands full. Obviously, I don't know the details of that patient's case, but based on the tenor of his cough, it just so happens that our new medication, Placebacet, could do
I'm
wonders.
sorry, I really don't have time. If you want to leave studies...
It so happens that we have 17 independent investigations.
How much longer are you planning on
these...
detaining me in this plague house?
Please, sir, if you'll step back into your room.
I have to be in Willoughby in 39 minutes. And I'm not going to contract whooping cough.
It so happens that our new medication, Placebacet, has amazing effects on whooping cough.
Deja, it's Mrs. Hibiscus again. She thinks she's in the Coli Institute and wants directions.
Tell her to try to find a window. Locate the sun. That should be east.
How are you doing today, sir?
I came in with bad cholesterol and I'm leaving with diphtheria.
It so happens our new medication, Placebacet, can actually nullify high cholesterol and diphtheria.
Can you give me just one more minute, sir? I know, that's like 75 cents in the outside world. Has anyone done that throat culture yet, Miss Roberts?
I don't think I'm Miss Roberts.
Miss,
Jackson.
Jackson, I am so sorry.
I forgot to tell you, I've been vomiting for 6 months.
You have been vomiting for 6 months.
Not every day. Someone at Metro Health gave me some pills.
Do you have any idea what those pills might have been?
They were white, and they were shaped like
this. Okay, the stomach ache and the sore throat could mean you have gastroesophageal reflux disease. If it is, it could be worsened by things like eating greasy fried foods, chocolate, caffeine. Do you take a lot of caffeine?
Just a few pops a day. I mean, it's only Mountain Dew.
Jesus.
Is the gay guy dying?
I'll get right back to you.
If I could just borrow you for a minute, I couldn't help but overhear you mention reflux, which it so happens.
Deja, it's Mrs. Hibiscus. Somehow she ended up out on East 97. She's looking for a door to get back in.
Okay. Do you know what else could be causing your coughing, sir? Reflux.
How do we find out?
Thinking rectal exam. Look for blood in the stool, sir.
It's not reflux.
Then it's maybe tuberculosis or a tumor. Or maybe it's viral.
Maybe it's viral. I'm pretty sure it's viral.
I brought Placebacet pens, notepads, and letter openers for the entire staff.
Okay.
Why am I still here? I thought this was the #1 hospital in the state.
#1 in cardiac, sir. We're number 13 in cholesterol and number 99 on patients with impatient patients. Give me one of those notepads.
I also brought lunches for the entire staff.
Is there any pop in there?
No pop.
Hershey bars?
No chocolate.
Is there a McDonald's around here?
Not anymore. Have an apple. Keeps the doctor away.
Pharmacy on line 2. Deja, insurance question.
Okay.
I have trips to Florida for the whole family.
Would that help my cough?
And gift certificates to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, Lola's.
Give me those.
Mrs. Hibiscus on line 5, Deja.
need to back off with your payola pills. You need to see a nutritionist, an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and calm the hell down. You need to see an ear, nose, and throat specialist and chill out. And you need to see me and only me and get this to a pharmacy and take your damn blood pressure medication. Okay? Okay. And somebody find Mrs. Hibiscus because I am going to lunch.
Hello, Mr. McGinty. Hello, Mr. McGinty. Oh, Mr. McGinty, there you are. How you doing today? You look comfortable.
What's the matter? Somebody break into your car again?
No, that hasn't happened for a few weeks now.
I'm trying to watch the game. Why are you yelling?
Oh, well, I wanted to respect the no trespassing sign. I didn't want to just march on up to your porch. Good signage makes for good neighbors, right?
Why are you yelling my name?
Oh, well, I was just out cleaning up my yard. Beautiful day, isn't it? This great weather.
Gonna snow by midnight.
Yeah, and I just thought, it's such a beautiful day to clean up. Maybe Mr. McGinty would like some help with his yard while I'm at it.
I'm good, thanks.
It would be no trouble. I'm pretty much done with ours. I could just help clear up some of the clutter.
I got everything where I wanted. Thanks.
Yeah, I know what that's like. It's like my coffee mug at the office. It's in the lounge, and when I want to go get it, it's in the lounge, right?
We only use styrofoam cups down at the plant. Once they get used, you know where they are.
The circular file, right?
No, the trash can.
Right, circular file, that's what we call it at my office.
That's good. That's clever.
So would it be okay with you if I just moved your stuff to the south side of your house?
What?
Okay, see, here's the kind of the big picture. See, this beautiful weather, first great day, you know. I thought, let's go crazy and have a barbecue. kind of fun, kind of crazy this early in the season, you know.
It's gonna snow.
Yeah, and my boss is down with it. He's like, it's crazy, what the hell, we'll all punch out early. Everyone's coming to the house. My house. They'd never been to my house before. I printed up maps to Tremont. I wanted them to feel welcome, you know, show them the neighborhood at its best, you know, first impressions. And since our deck kind of looks out over your yard, I just thought maybe I could clear up some of the clutter and move everything to the south side of the... until tonight, and then I'll help put it all back later.
You don't want them to see my yard?
No, I want them to see your yard. That's just it. I want them to see the grass, or what's left of it, not the cans and bottles and hubcaps.
It's my yard. It's none of their business.
I know.
It's none of your business.
I know, but since we're neighbors, I just thought that maybe we could...
Did I complain when you moved in here and brought your riding mower for your 4 square feet of yard?
That mower was a gift from my dad.
You don't need a John Deere, you need a goat.
Oh, now see, a goat would be perfect for your yard. They eat tin cans, right?
If you don't want them to see my yard, keep them in your goddamn house.
But they still have to walk to the front door, Mr. McGinty, and that means seeing all of your stuff.
Then why are you having a party at your house? Why don't you have it at Lola's or someplace?
Oh, see, that's it. You people don't get it. In a factory setting, it's networking, schmetworking. You're stuck there until they move your job to Bolivia. It's different from me. My boss sees a good party. He thinks good employee, good Doug, important accounts. He sees you, he thinks crap neighborhood, crap employee, Doug who? I need him to see that I live in a fun, classy, urban setting.
This is where you live. Look at my yard. I'm Tremont, buddy. You're slumming from Westlake.
Dougie, honey, I can't get a hold of Lucille to see if she got the basting sauces at Legacy Village. And Sandy may not be able to make it. She's still at the baseball game. Sandy is supposed to bring the baba ganoush. If she doesn't come, we have no baba ganoush.
My God. Let me get on the back phone and see if we can have some flown in.
Excuse me?
Mr. McGinty is feeling a little bit belligerent about cleaning up his yard.
Why? Didn't you offer to help him?
All right. First, my name is not McGinty, it's McKinley. If you're going to insult somebody's yard, get their name right.
Well, I'm sorry.
I could swear that our realtor said McGinty when we first met you.
Maybe she did. She was an idiot.
Okay, look, you can insult my dad's mower, but there's no need to start
Mr.
name-calling
McKenzie.
McKinley?
McKinley? We're only trying to help. We all want a beautiful neighborhood.
I want a neighborhood I can live in. If I wanted to measure the height of my lawn grass, I'd move to Shaker Heights.
No, we're not talking about anything major. We're not even talking about your paint job.
What's the matter with it?
Well, the peeling and the chipping and the fading.
You've got one side painted blue, halfway up, the rest is mustard yellow.
But we're not even talking about that.
I'm going to finish that this summer. I just need a taller ladder.
We're not even talking about that. We're only looking at the yard area.
I'll bet you don't like my van.
Actually,
I think it's great. And I totally understand how when your driveway is full and you still need to work on a vehicle, you need someplace to park it.
Like his front lawn.
Yes, but it does come in handy. You know, I took some landscaping courses in college. If you want some help camouflaging the cinder blocks that it's up on, I'd be happy to help.
I don't want to camouflage anything. I want to watch TV on my day off and I have my damn yard left alone. You people move up here to live on the ridge and...
Bluff.
What?
Tremont's not on a ridge. It's on a bluff overlooking the Cuyahoga Valley.
You people move up here to live on our ridge, making things expensive and tearing down perfectly good houses.
Now, we didn't tear down anything. We only gutted the kitchen and added a deck.
And if we want to have a party on our deck for our friends and coworkers, we should be able to do it without being visually assaulted by your pile of white trash crap.
You're going to be more than visually assaulted, asshole.
You think I'm afraid of a no trespassing sign? Huh? You want to take this outside?
Huh?
It's bad enough that we have to look at the little Mexican lady's yard.
She's from Puerto Rico.
With her saints and her virgins and her chief wahoos, but at least that has some charm. She doesn't speak English. She's old world. Her yard is tacky and cute. Your yard is tacky and tacky.
Listen, the day that I listened to cracks on Mrs. Rodriguez's lawn ornaments from Lucy the Lousy Landscaper...
Now that's it! You can talk about my dad's mower, you can say bad things about our real estate agent, but you do not call my wife a lousy landscaper.
Why are you even here? Why didn't you buy one of those pastel condos up on the edge of the...
Townhouses.
What?
They're townhouses on the block.
You know the proper goddamn name for everything except your neighbors.
We don't want to live in the townhouses. We want to live in the fun and funky neighborhood that's still unexplored. We're urban pioneers.
Well, you just ran into the urban Shoshone, asshole. Circle the wagons.
What are you doing?
Just sharing the wealth, lady. I hope you like MGD.
You keep your recyclables on your side of the fence.
You want this land? You want my land, huh? I'll give it to you. A shovel full at a time. I'm going to shovel my whole damn yard onto your property. You like that?
Yes! Anything you shovel over here gets chopped up into our compost pile, McChimpy. I just watch my fingers if I were you.
You know what else is going to be on your compost pile? Your deck.
You start that thing up, and I will have the police on you so fast for violating the noise ordinance.
Who cares? I'm just doing some landscaping.
Why can't you be a good neighbor? Why can't you be a good neighbor?
Back to Westlake. Back to Westlake.
I got the final answer for your weed pile appellation, boy. I hope you like the smell of napalm in the morning. Oh, Jesus, stop.
What's it, the cops?
Worse.
It's Lolly the trolley.
On your left, you'll see some other houses here in historic Tremont, as well as some neighbors out for some of the first conversations of the spring. Hi, folks! Truly, it's that sense of community that makes Tremont one of the jewels of the West Side that it is. And as we round this corner, you'll see yet another church.
This is the year. This is absolutely the year.
We just gotta get Belliard home from second.
Please just let this be over.
Woo! Come on, Casey, get a hit.
Hit it so we can go home.
Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. Oh,
Hey.
did I miss anything?
Where you been? It's the bottom of the frickin' ninth, woman.
I was getting dogs and beer.
You left during the 7th inning stretch.
Well, I got all turned around. This place is worse than the clinic. I was looking for 185 and I ended up all the way in 581. I could see Tremont, I could see Canada. My nose started bleeding, but I found this place that's selling these new pierogies.
You got my change?
What change?
I gave you $20 for 2 dogs and 2 beers.
Like I said, what change?
This better be some sweet-ass alcohol.
Would you mind holding it down?
What, you can't hear the third base coach from back here? You can hardly see, let alone hear.
Woo! Knock it out, Tomei!
Tomei?
Jesus, this beer sucks.
No, yeah, but at least you get to keep the cup.
I'll take your beer if you don't want it.
See, it's holistic, or whatever you call it when the picture changes. See, batter ready, batter swing. Batter ready, batter swing.
Oh, Batter spills her damn beer all over her damn husband.
Oh, sorry, they didn't give me no napkins, baby.
If you soaked it up with napkins, you could squeeze it into my cup.
Excuse me?
They don't sell beer after the 7th. I'm getting a little dry. Ooh, maybe I got a napkin.
Would you mind holding it down?
We just gotta get Belliard home and we tie it up.
Yeah, but Blake is batting and we're already down 2 outs.
Yeah, but Blake batting against lefties with a man on is .329.
How do you know that?
Yeah, Kathy, it's Sandy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it to the barbecue. I'm still at the stupid ball game.
What are you doing?
If I'm gonna be stuck here, I'm at least gonna entertain myself.
It's the bottom of the ninth. How can you not be entertained?
I'm sorry, Kathy, I missed that. Your neighbor did what with a chainsaw?
Who's that down in front of us?
Read his shirt.
I can't.
Looks like salmon.
Salmon?
Saxon, he plays left for the Mariners.
But he's not on our team.
Of course not, we're batting.
Saxon! Saxon! You suck!
What are you doing?
Distracting him.
Don't be rude.
At least wait until the ball's coming towards him.
Sexton's already made 3 errors this season. He's distracted because his wife filed for divorce. And his mother just went into rehab.
How do you know that?
Salmon! Salmon!
Buy your mom a drink for me!
And me!
I'm sorry, Kathy, I couldn't hear you. Kenny's yelling at the players. This is why I don't go to sporting events.
Come on, Blake, come on!
He knocks in Belliard. Sizemore comes to the plate. Sizemore knocks in Blake. Streak goes to 5.
We've won 4 in a row?
First time we've won 5 straight in April since games 2 through 6 of 2001. And the first time against Seattle since 1982.
Wow, you're good.
She's got the facts, but I got the watch.
Excuse me?
See, the last game of the playoffs in '95, I got so excited, I put my watch on my right hand upside down. See, I'm right-handed, so I usually wear it on my left.
Yeah?
So I went to the game and we won.
Yeah?
So every home game I've been to since then, I wear my watch upside down on my right hand and we win.
Yeah, so what time is it?
I have no idea. 9:45.
Oh God, is that me or the guy with the drums?
Drum man.
Good. I thought I was having a stroke.
No, some bozo is banging on the drum. I don't know how he got it past security. They made me dump my chai tea, but they let Mr. Timpani come in here with his heap big wampum.
He beats it to rally the crowd in crunch time.
I'm rallying. Woo! Woo!
Will you just leave now? This guy's the last out.
You never leave. Not when the tribe's got one swing left.
They can't lose. You got the watch thing.
It may not be enough to break the curse of Colavito.
What curse?
We never should have traded Rocky Colavito in 60. Now, we're never going to win a title. But listen, during the 97 World Series, I realized that every time they won, I was wearing the same pair of underwear. The only time I changed to wash them, Game 7.
Never again.
Not this season.
So what you're saying is you haven't washed your underwear since the season started?
I don't got to answer that.
Woo!
What are you doing?
Starting the wave.
You don't start the wave with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and the tying run on second.
And you can't start the wave by yourself.
Watch me. Woo!
Ah!
Here comes the pitch.
Oh, please, 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 please.
Yeah! Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Tie game!
So it's not over?
The batter drove in the run and got to second.
We drive him in, we win.
Lucky watch.
Lucky underwear.
Oh, for God's sake, Kenny, I don't think Kathy and Doug are even going to have the barbecue. Something's happened in Tremont. Can we just get out of here?
Hey! You want to go, you can catch the RTA back to Brook Park.
Please, you know what kind of freaks you meet on the RTA?
Woo! Go Tomei!
Tomei hasn't played for us for 3 years, sir.
When did this happen?
What do we know about the batter?
Brady Sizemore. He's 263 against left-handed Seattle pitchers. In the bottom of the 9th of home stands with 2 down and men in scoring position in April when the temperature is over 40 degrees, but the wind is blowing in from the northwest.
That's what I thought.
Again with the drumming.
One swing of the bat.
One swing of the bat.
Come on, Grady.
Go, Grady! Go! Hit the ball!
I'm sorry, Kathy. I can't hear you with these idiots shouting.
Who are you calling an idiot?
You're the only one doing the Grady hustle.
No, we're not. Look, Slider's dancing.
The big purple thing with a squash on his face?
He's the mascot. That's his nose.
It looks like a Dr. Seuss fever dream.
Will you please be quiet?
I think Kathy is in jail for assault, Kenny.
And you get off the phone.
Go Grady.
Go Brady!
Yeah, come on, Brady!
This is the moment. These are the seconds that make baseball the greatest game in professional sports. Look at them. Look at them. The pitcher and the batter facing each other off. Each one knows exactly what he can do and what the other guy can do. They're on the edge of a precipice, each one waiting for the moment, the look, the microsecond that will demand reaction. It all comes down to this. No armor, no coaches, just their minds and their muscles. 8 men explode into action in one breath. And this is the breath. This is the moment. This is why we're here.
I'm just here to get out of the house.
I'm here to watch us win.
We are gonna win. We deserve to win.
No. Here's the problem. This is you. That's them. See the great distance between you? The fact that you have a body and they have a body? We are not winning or losing. We are watching. Psychiatrists have a name for when you think you're someone else.
Yeah, but we are gonna win.
Go, Grady! Go, Grady!
Do you want to break the curse of Colavito?
We have to.
You know how the Boston Red Sox broke their curse and won the World Series in 2004.
How?
Human sacrifice.
No way.
Top of the season, real quiet. Desperate curses call for desperate measures.
And it worked?
Who won the title?
But who? How?
Come on and strike out so we can go home!
We're 30 feet off the ground. A little push over the railing.
But did it stop the game? We'd never win.
You'd have to time it right. At the last out. How much do we want to win?
It's coming toward us!
Oh my God! It's gonna be a home run!
It's gonna hit us!
Don't let it hit me, I don't want to get in!
Hey, here it comes! Here it comes!
Oh. What happened?
It didn't clear the field, that's what happened.
Salmonella caught it?
He caught it.
Saxon!
You suck!
And your ex-wife's got painkillers for your mom!
And me! What? You know whose fault this is? It's Sliders. He was over there dancing and distracting Grady. Son of a bitch mascot!
So it's over?
It's not over. It's a tie.
Extra innings.
Oh, God.
It's the tribe. You get used to waiting.
What you said earlier about Boston?
How long do you want to wait before we break the curse of Colavito?
9th inning stretch. Who's coming with me to kick Sliders' ass?
Yup, there it is.
I can't believe I'm standing next to it.
It's a little smaller than I thought.
She was a small woman, Della. I mean, she was huge, but she was small, you know?
Yeah, but the car is just small.
But it's her car, the Janis Joplin Porsche.
I can kind of see her driving up and down from LA to San Francisco in it.
Come on, take another little piece of my heart now, baby.
Herbert.
Come on, you know she was wailing with the windows down and her hair whipping her sunglasses, flying down the California interstate. Oh, man.
It's a good song.
You know you got it if it makes you feel good.
Herbert, people are looking at us.
Let them stare. We've all been there. We've all felt it. Am I right? I mean, this is Janice's car, baby.
Oh, why don't we go see the rest of the museum? I've got our tickets right here.
The paint job is even more psychedelic in person. Can you imagine staring at this thing on acid?
I can't imagine staring at it on 3 cups of coffee anymore, let alone acid.
This is so awesome. This is so cool. This is so worth the drive down from Jersey City.
Cleveland in April looks a lot like Trenton in April, don't you think?
Let's do it in the car.
What?
I want to make love to you in the back seat of Janis Joplin's Porsche.
Herbie, let me go get you some water. You need to lie down.
I'm serious, Della. The guard's not looking. We jump in, we make out.
Herbert Jackson Willis, that is the most lame-brained suggestion.
You didn't think it was lame-brained at the Allman Brothers concert in Philly, did you?
That was years ago.
And as I recall, it wasn't me that thought of the idea of a quickie in the Porta-John at the Stones concert.
Oh my God, I had almost forgotten about that.
Are you kidding? I think about it every day.
You do?
Well, not every day, but I think about it.
I was a younger woman than Herbie. I was crazy. I was daring.
So was I.
I didn't have arthritis.
But it's Janice's car, Della. You touch it, your arthritis will probably disappear. It's like waters at Lourdes.
What has gotten into you?
It's not what's gotten into me, it's what's gotten on me. When was the last time that we pulled an all-nighter to figure out the meaning of life? When was the last time that we just took off and drove for 3 days for a concert we didn't even have tickets for? When was the last time we rocked, Della? There's only so many years a man can teach Renaissance literature before he has to get back in touch with his honest-to-God wild roots.
Oh God, you would have your midlife crisis in Cleveland.
Do you see me chasing younger women? Do you see me trading in the Corolla for a Ferrari? I want my job, I want my house, I want my wife, and I want to give it to you in the back seat of Janice's car.
But this is a museum, Herbie, not a rock concert. A museum with a gift shop and a cafeteria.
But it'd be like making love to her, both of us, to the music. It's our last chance to be rock and roll, Della.
I can't have sex when someone's praying next to me. You know that.
Beautiful car, isn't it?
In the second age of rock and roll, the world was divided into three: acid, bubblegum, and soul. And from the land of Port Arthur, Texas, in the year 1943 AD, there rose one woman to rule them all.
Wow, you know your stuff.
And in the land of Hollywood, in the year 1970, a hotel handmaiden was called upon to service the room of the one who ruled them all.
Oh my God, did she find Joplin's body?
No one was there. But in the chamber, Betsy Harris discovered a small bag of plastic containing the elixirs necessary for a fix of heroin. And fearing that the articles in the bag could ultimately prove fatal to the one who ruled them all, Betsy Harris removed one item. The one needle that could be no doubt had recently been in the arm of the one who ruled them all.
Oh my God.
And Betsy Harris completed her work of stripping the sheets, and she fled, as chambermaids are wont to do. And not 2 days hence, the one who ruled them all discovered another needle, thereby completing the task of her self-annihilation, irregardless.
God rest her soul.
Oh, but what happened to the maid?
Betsy Harris was at the time co-renting with a sister, Rita Harris, who was trying to create a band of funk known as the Queens of Sheba.
I've never heard of them.
They never recorded. But as time passed, it was ultimately discovered that merely possessing the needle of the one to rule them all was creating disruption and violence within the band. A seriously bad mojo. And the sister took the needle and delivered it to a brother in Detroit, and things that should have been remembered were forgotten. And that brother had a son, Mufune Harris, son of Walter, who in the second age of rock and roll attempted to create a ska band by the names of Horns of Plenty. But as was the way of the one needle, strife and discord soon began to rend the band asunder. And Mufune discovered the needle's unearthly will to destroy the music of men. And on that day, the quest of an age was undertaken, braving the very depths of his own anguished soul, and the construction on I-71. Mufune must return the needle from whence it had come. Hour after hour, day after day, Mufune's resistance to the siren call of the needle would be sorely tested until at last he arrived at the shrine of the one to rule them all, and he delivered the one needle.
Oh my God!
Is that the needle Joplin used to OD?
That's the second to last needle. Weren't you listening to his story?
That still could be worth a ton on eBay.
Oh, you mustn't touch it! I alone have been entrusted with this task, and I alone will see it to its conclusion. You know not what you do.
But why don't you take it to her grave?
Because this is where her music still lives, and where her car is.
See, he knows. My wife and I were just discussing getting it on in the back seat of the car.
Herbert!
I understand that. It would be like making love to the one itself, to the music itself.
See, he knows.
And now, after all the trials and hardships of this quest, I at last return the needle from whence it came.
Wait, can't you wait until my wife and I are done? I don't want to get a syringe in the tuckus in the middle of cooking, if you know what I mean. Not even her syringe.
But I must return the needle.
Give me 10 minutes.
It's been taking longer than 10 minutes lately, Herbie.
Janice's car, Della, Water of Lords.
Oh.
There's a great cafeteria and gift shop. Why don't you go get some Earth, Wind, and Fire refrigerator magnets or something?
Whoa. So this is the car.
Yes.
It's a car, one of many in the museum. Maybe you want to see John Lennon's car.
No, I want Janice's car.
As do we all.
I want to destroy it.
What?
I want to destroy it's gotta go so the music can live, man.
God, what is it about this car?
It's not the car, it's the music. And the music can't breathe in this building, man. They had to build glass pyramids and domes of white steel and load it with as many as talismans as they could dig up just to build a strong enough vault to trap the soul. But they did it, man. They trapped Janice and John Lee and Elvis and Bessie and Alan Freed and all of them in this tomb. But they're trying to get out of here, man. In here. Telling you what the music always told you to do. If we want music to do its thing, if we want it to change the world, we gotta set it free again.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna burn this mother down with the exact replica of lighter and lighter fluid that Jimi Hendrix used to light his Fender Stratocaster on fire in Monterey. I bought him at the gift shop.
Whoa.
But I must place the one needle first.
I must boink my wife first.
Yes, destruction and creation, the true meaning of rock and roll.
Okay, so you led us to our little creation destruction thing. Then you can do your little destruction creation thing.
You really think that the guards won't notice?
Screw them if they notice. You think it's a coincidence that we're all here at the exact same place at the exact same time? It was meant to be, Della.
The one would never have cared if people noticed.
Rock wants people to notice. It's all about turning up the volume.
I'm going to distract them. The guards.
How?
Dude, I am so ready to start singing all 500 songs that shaped rock and roll at the top of my lungs.
I'll join you, and then I'll hurl the needle into the car.
And this place will go up like a bonfire at Woodstock.
Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing don't mean nothing if it ain't free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when we sang the blues.
Feeling good is good enough for me.
Good enough for me, my baby.
Oh, excuse me.
What?
I didn't see you there. It's getting dark so fast. I'm just passing through, going over there.
Okay.
He was a great man.
Who?
Rockefeller. Did a lot for this city.
Yeah.
The parks, the gardens, money for the museums, and the orchestra and things.
Yeah.
Why were you going to spray paint his tombstone?
'Cause I can.
Ah. I heard on the radio coming in about a big fight in Tremont, and some people were attacking Janis Joplin's car in the Rock Hall. There's something about this city that makes people want to tear stuff down.
I don't want to destroy it. I just want to add to it.
What are you going to add?
My name.
Oh, you got a really special name?
Vance.
Huh. that's okay. Doesn't scream out to be painted on Rockefeller's grave.
Rockefeller's grave don't scream out the need to jut 15 feet in the air, giving the finger to heaven either.
He was a great man.
And when someone stops to think about him, I want them to think about Vance Kramer too.
They'll probably think Vance Kramer was a hoodlum.
That's fine, long as they think about me.
They'll clean off your name, you know. It won't last.
I'll put it on again, or on Garfield's monument. I'm not done yet.
That would be good on a headstone. I'm not done yet.
I'm not getting a headstone. That's why I got spray paint.
Headstones don't cost that much. Your family chips in.
Which is good for people who got families.
Well, you are not going to be needing one of those for a long time anyway, right? You look pretty young, pretty strong and healthy.
Ain't you got some place to put those flowers?
My mother's grave. It's right over there. She died 8 years ago. It's her birthday today. Carnations were her favorite. Beautiful, aren't they? My father always wanted her to have a more expensive taste in flowers, but she just loved carnations. I started getting them for her when I was 5, every birthday.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't think she cares much anymore.
I do. Every birthday I finish my work, drive to Lewa's for dinner, then over to Brunswick Florist to get carnations, to come to Lakeview and say hello. It's always so gorgeous at sunset, but usually it's snowing. We got lucky tonight.
Your mom's lucky you're still around.
When I'm gone, it's gone. I'm the only one left.
Then it all just disappears, and after 100 years it won't mean nothing.
But what about today?
What?
Today, I'm giving my mother flowers.
Great.
And you're defacing another man's grave.
Only the Rockefellers. I promise not to mess with your mom's grave, okay?
Or my father.
Or your father.
Or my aunts and uncles and grandparents.
The whole bunch. Oh, all the non-Rockefellers. Fine.
I have a plot over there waiting for me. You won't deface that, will you?
I promise. Now, can you move it along? It's getting dark. I'm serious. Like, can you just go lay your flowers?
Is this something political, like you're sticking it to the man?
The only thing I got against Rockefeller is that we're standing here talking about him 70 years after he died. And nobody's going to be talking about us 7 days after we're gone.
So what's the problem?
Don't you want to be remembered? Don't you want him to think about you when you walk out of the room?
So do something memorable.
I'm trying.
Oh, please. This isn't memorable. It's a nuisance. You need to do something solid. Work on a skyscraper or something. Something you can look at and say, that's mine. I did that, and it'll last.
Have you done that?
No. I'm a teller at Key Bank.
That's gonna go down in history.
All right, it's bullshit. The Rockies will tumble, Gibraltar will crumble, and the Detroit Superior Bridge is gonna come down someday. And Rockefeller's big finger here is gonna be dust soon enough.
But that don't make no sense. Why are we even here if nothing we do is gonna matter?
I said it wouldn't last. I didn't say it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, That was the problem with the dams, too.
What dams?
These dams we'd build when I was a kid in the gutters by the curb. Just mud and leaves and sticks. Then my pops would turn on the hose and run water down the gutter to test us, to test what we made. And we tried to save it, keep adding dams and circling the water, whatever it took. But eventually the water always broke through and ran down the storm drain back to the lake. Then the other kids would go play football or watch TV, and I'd still be there, working on that dam, because it did matter, and it should have lasted.
You ever see the sand painting?
The what?
The Tibetans, they came to the art museum a while back. A group of Buddhist monks. They brought all this colored sand, reds and blues and golds and everything. And they made this huge, glorious painting on this big low table in the armor court, a few grains at a time, praying and working for hours every day for weeks. Heaven and earth and, oh, the afterlife, karmic journeys. And it was all perfectly symmetrical. One grain after one grain after one grain. It was the one perfect thing I ever saw in my whole life.
Is it still there?
When they finally got done, all those weeks later, they had a big ceremony. It felt like the whole city of Cleveland was there. And they took the painting, they carried it down to the lagoon by the museum, and they chanted and they prayed, and then they blew the sand into the water. Whoosh! Nothing. No trace it had ever existed. Only in our memories. And in God's memory, I guess.
Did they make a lot of money?
Oh, just enough to live on, and some to take back to their home temple or wherever, I guess.
Sounds like a pretty cheap stunt to screw up something beautiful just because you can. This is different. I'm trying to mark something, not erase nothing.
I think their point was that even the most gorgeous marks have to be erased.
Then why do anything?
I don't know. To create memories?
Memories are the first to go. Ask my pops.
I'm not sure about that. If all of my memories add up to one tiny grain of sand, and all of yours add up to another and another, somebody else's another and another, different colored sand flowing out into patterns we can't even see, making new valleys and hills and expanses to the horizon, shaping the landscape for all the other grains of sand to follow long after we're gone. We are making homes for the memories of children not even born yet. Right now, I think you and I are leaving something because we'll remember meeting each other.
You're gonna remember me?
Oh, I've been coming to Lakeview since I was a little girl. I never met a man about to deface Rockefeller's grave before. I'll remember you.
Thanks.
Come here. I want you to come meet my mother. I'll give you some memories about her, and you can give me some memories about someone. Let's mix our colors up a little. Go on.
Well, let's go back in.
Not to tell me what he said.
He was looking at you down the bar and he said, that woman right there is the angel I'm gonna marry. And he got a bunch of tears in his eyes and shoved another handful of snack mix in his mouth.
See, this is why this is a bad idea. This always happens at parties in the flats. Someone always either proposes or gets pregnant or gets fired or moves to Columbus. Which is worse? I'm not marrying him. I don't even know his name. He's just the IT guy.
That's okay. He doesn't know your name either. That's what the wedding's for.
Please, I'm not marrying him. Let's get out of here before he throws us out.
Ladies!
Hey, IT guy!
Oh, God.
Demetrius. My name is Demetrius.
See, there's one bridge crossed.
Burn it. Just burn the bridge now.
I'm Rosie, and this is Julie.
Those are the most beautiful names I have ever heard in my entire life. Would you ladies like to come back inside out of the cold, and I'll buy you a drink? And maybe we could shake it on the dance floor a little.
Oh, see, if we shake you, I'm worried about what'll come out. The only thing worse than after-hour flats parties are after-hour flats parties with the employees of Key Bank.
Oh, that is so true. You are so right. See, that's what I dig about women, is there's this ancient wisdom.
Oh, get your ancient breath out of my face.
Hola, compadres. Ooh, it's chilly out here, huh? Party moving outside?
Absolutely. We got the night, we got the river, we got the bridge arcing over our heads like the arm of a earth goddess reaching across the space to the opposite shore.
The bridge Bob Hope built.
Actually, that's the Detroit Superior Bridge. Hope Memorial is over there.
It's Cleveland. It's a little shed where Moses Cleveland first took his steps and said, by God, there might be bugs and sweltering heat and hostile natives and lousy planting soil and freezing cold and storms off the lake that'll rip your frickin' lungs out, but by God, people can live here.
Yeah!
Actually, that's not Settlers Landing. That's just Heritage Park 1. It's just a little shed.
Yeah, man, who are you?
I'm Ernie Bernicello from Brexville. I'm the relationship manager for the Serpentini Chevrolet account. I conduct targeted sales and business development activities to expand the commercial finance portfolio and to promote the key difference in commitment. I'd be interested in knowing what you do and would love to meet with you sometime to exchange information.
I'm just a systems guy. What do we got to talk about?
Ernie, you don't come to the flats to network. You come here to blow out the night and knock this city on its obese ass.
Well, thought I'd do a little of both, you know, a little networking, a little knocking of obese asses. Oh, I'd be interested in knowing what you do and would love to meet with you sometime to exchange information.
I'm Rosie. That's all you need to know.
And I'm cold. If we're not gonna leave, I'm gonna at least go inside and check out the stupid Indians game or something.
Actually, it's over. The Indians won.
Go try!
Yeah, I saw it on the TV. Bottom of the 17th, Belliard hit it to left field, and I guess some lady fell out of the bleachers onto the field before the ball hit the home run porch.
Woo! Go Tribe!
First the Cavs, then the Tribe, then the Browns, then the Barons, then the Force, and all of them!
This is the year we take it all.
We take it home. Rosie, give me your keys so I can at least do my job.
Oh, if you're going in, I'd be interested in knowing what you do. Would love to meet with you sometime.
Hi everyone. Woohoo! It's Julie out here, isn't it? Oh, hi, I'm Betty. I'm the project manager.
I'm Julie. I'm a teller.
Oh, that is so wonderful. I thought about becoming a teller. I'm a people person.
I was too until tonight.
Why you gotta be so sour, woman?
She doesn't drink.
I do too. I'm just the designated driver.
Well, I don't like to drink either. I'm just being social. I like friends.
So do I. I'm Ernie Vernicello. I'd be interested in knowing what you do and would love to meet with you sometime.
I would love that.
Well, hello, everybody.
Oh, Mr. Overkin.
Oh, relax, people. It's Skip, okay? For tonight, there's no Mr. Overkin. It's just Skip.
Okay.
So, everybody getting a little fresh air, huh?
Yeah.
A little on the chilled side, isn't it?
Oh, certainly is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose we'd all feel a little warmer if the river caught fire again.
I was just saying how pretty the river is, Mr. Oberkin.
Skip.
Oh, Skip. I'm Betty Lamens. I'm the project manager for the partnership enhancement between Key Center and Transnational.
Super. How is that going?
No, for shit. I mean, wonderful. We're overcoming human capital issues and functionality models that have their challenges. I just don't know if anyone likes me, sir. I mean, that is the God's honest truth. I have never been popular, and here I am in charge, and I mean, they respect me, but there's no love, you know? I mean, if I died tonight, they wouldn't. I mean, I don't have anyone, sir. It is just me and the cats out in Avon Lake, and God's honest truth, if I died tonight, those ungrateful sons of bitch cats would just as soon eat me as mourn me, sir. Do you know what that's like, sir? To be so lonely that the cats are going to eat you in the dead of night. Jesus!
That really sounds rough, Miss Lavison.
It's Lamens. You don't even know my goddamn name?
I feel you, sister. I feel you. I'm out there implementing authentication infrastructure day in and day out, and you think anyone gives a good rat's ass?
No!
No! We're all alone in this world, and it's only people like you and me that realize there's not all the key difference in the world. It doesn't mean nothing without love.
Yes!
Do you like to dance? Skip?
I don't think.
I'm just dancing. Nothing wrong with dancing, is there, Skip?
Well, of course not. It's a chance to facilitate the two-way communication process. I'm sure that dancing is included.
Mr. Oberkin. Skip. Ernie Berticello, relationship manager for the Serpentini Chevrolet account. We met at the Christmas party.
Ernie, exactly.
Rosie, please, I really don't feel good.
I'd love to meet with you sometime to discuss how we're building the Key Center clientele referral pipeline.
Well, I would like that.
You remember Julie, don't you, Skip?
No, I don't believe that I do.
Of course you do. You two are getting it on at the Christmas party. Remember, you were dancing to that Michael Stanley song.
I gotta go.
Well, of course I remember. How you doing, Julie?
How am I doing? 12 voicemails and 10 emails later, and now you want to talk?
She's a teller, Mr. Oberkin, one of our chief assets in maintaining key difference.
And when one of our tellers wants to go home, we certainly let them.
You want to know how I'm doing? I'm pregnant, you asshole!
He got you pregnant?
Demetrius, will you marry me?
See, the two-way communication. Our company party is working.
You won't give the IT guy the time of day, but you let that executive dickwad knock you up?
Is that any of your business?
No, I don't think there's any reason for verbal abuse, Mr.
Demetrius Blanchard, you son of a bitch.
One of our IT guys, sir.
I'm just so tired of being alone, Demetrius.
Is this your way of expanding your portfolio, Skippy?
Now look, this may seem like a fun, informal way to build a team environment, but
I'm not working for no sexual harassing area retail leader.
Unsafe environment. He's creating an unsafe working environment.
This is a flat, you mother. You unsafe. Go back to Menor.
That's it. You're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm moving to Columbus.
Oh, I think I'm gonna throw up.
If you're going to Columbus, could you give my card to Gina in HR? I hear they're hiring Key Center relationship managers.
Key difference. Key difference. Key difference.
What the?
Snow. Snowing.
Of course it's snowing. It's April in Cleveland.
Oh my God!
Where did that come from?
That is not snow.
That's Cleveland snow. That bolt is Rust Belt Factory snow from heaven.
It came from the bridge.
The Detroit Superior Bridge is falling apart?
It seems to still be standing.
There's two people up there. A man and a woman looking down at us.
And waving.
Jesus, look at that bridge. Ain't nothing could tear that down.
Not even a midnight snow in Cleveland.
Beautiful, isn't it?
The scenes in 10 Minutes in Cleveland are very location oriented, although they're not necessarily location dependent. I'm wondering how you chose the locations. Did the locations come out of the scene, or did you choose the location first, then write a scene around the location?
Kind of both, neither. The scenes, what interested me about that was I was interested in writing about a city, and in this particular case, Cleveland, because that's where I am. But I wanted to do like a day in the life of a city. And I knew I wanted to write 10-minute plays that would cover like a day in this city. And I also thought then I wanted to look at what were the iconic spots within a city, i.e. A public transit, a graveyard, a neighborhood, a hospital, the bridges, the whatever. I mean, the where do people go to party? Like every city has those. So I made a list of that, like 30 locations that like every city has. And I thought about what is interesting about each of those? What do those represent thematically? Like in a graveyard, what is it about graveyards what's a hook within that? And for me, the questions that arise around graveyards is this idea of wanting permanence, of wanting something to remember when, again, back to that question we mentioned earlier about permanence and impermanence. There is a question in graveyards about wanting something to last, even though the person is gone, and wanting to be remembered. And so I began to make notes along those lines. So once I had the locations, then I thought like, so where in Cleveland is this? Where is an archetypal? So the West Side Market is an archetypal market in Cleveland that a lot of people would know. Lakeview Cemetery was a cemetery that a lot of people would know. And so and they were all places I could go and visit and hang out and take in the vibe and then begin to craft a story around. So I didn't start writing until I had really delved into those places, each one. But, and they became very specific to that. Like the story that I would tell in the West Side Market is not one that I would necessarily tell at a grocery store way out in a suburb someplace. I mean, it's a very much because the West Side Market then became about old world versus new world, right? And the sense of the old market and the old ways. And we have, it's just the classic, this is how we bring food to civilization kind of vibe of that market. And then I thought, what's a twist on that? Of like, how do you update that? And so the conflict arose out of that. So yeah, once I had the locations, then they became specific to Cleveland. And then I started writing around the plots around each of those locations, in particular, like what's special about the RTA train line that's different than in New York, the subway, or the L in Chicago. So then they became very personal and became all about Cleveland itself. And it became this series of plays that were going to be about the nature of our city and the nature of us. And that became fascinating to me.
Which, if any of the pieces, were born of your personal experience with the location? For example, in Tremont, do you have an experience with two neighbors feuding over the upkeep of their properties?
They're all riffs on things I have certainly thought about, if not lived, some of them more lived than others. But in Tremont's case, which is about, that fight over neighbors, over what makes a good neighbor. I've not lived in Tremont. I have friends who there, I've visited often. So I feel like, I know that part of town, but I also, but the core of it, again, is this question of what makes a good neighbor. And I've certainly lived through that. Everyone who's ever lived in any kind of neighborhood knows what it's like to know, like, hey, this is you're doing something a little different than I would do it. Is that good or bad? And all the stuff that comes with that. And in Tremont in particular, what intrigued me was it was a neighborhood in transition. I mean, again, there's just a very different kind of neighborhood that's, been there for 100 years, and you're still going to have all the conflicts and joys that come with that between neighbors. But within Tremont, it felt like there was, at that time that I wrote it, in Ohio City in general, and it's still there, that there's the sense of the new blood, like it is old. It's an old, like one of the oldest communities in Northeast Ohio is Ohio City, and the near west side of the river. But within that, there's all these young people who are moving in because it's cheap, because it's a hot new neighborhood, because new restaurants are coming up and bars and coffee shops. So you get that conflict. And that really struck me as interesting, to have somebody who'd been there their whole life and represented this is how the neighborhood works and has certain attitudes about it. And then the new people who are coming in and being like, well, we want it to be like this, and we're going to move us forward. And this person's like, I don't necessarily want to go with you forward. I kind of like what we're doing right now. And that became an instant conflict, worthy of 10 minutes of a battle. And then it just became about heightening it up. With each of the plays, it always becomes about how do you ratchet up to its illogical extreme, whatever the core conflict is. So I would say that the bumps with neighbors is personal. The specifics to Tremont, no, I have never fought with anyone in Tremont, Ohio, or in Ohio City. And similar with all the other stories that come out of the 10 Minutes from Cleveland plays. They're all based on my experience of those places, but again, filtered through my own life, which is not necessarily lived in those places, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the next question is about West Side Market.
Mm-hmm.
Was that inspired by an actual market, family, or business, or was it just a wholly creation of your own?
I will say full creation of my own. I mean, based on the West Side Market, right? I couldn't have dreamed that up had I not been there and looked at it and taken in its vibe, and spent hours there over the years. But but no, this was not a family there. Although, again, one of the things that's appealing about it is about the West Side Market. Again, it's about, it's tradition, and it's about the old school. It feels old world, and part of that old world is old Europe and Eastern Europe in particular. There really is that sense of the Eastern European portion of Cleveland's history is well represented at the West Side Market, as is so many parts of our history. And so then it became about what, especially that sense of the old world, like we honor our great-great-grandparents who did it this way. This is how we make pierogies. And then again, coupled with the new world, a lot of these plays, I think the Cleveland plays, are kind of that bump of like, it's an old city. We're in an old city with a lot of institutions and a lot of history. And we were made up of people coming from places that had a lot of history. And we're still always trying to turn over. We're still trying to become the new, represented by the Cleveland Clinic. We're trying to become this new thing, and new tech, and new people moving in, and downtown flourishing with young people moving into apartments. So we're trying to become, and successfully becoming, this new thing based on really old stuff. And I think the West Side Market kind of epitomized that for me, as do several of the plays. That sense of again, who do we want to be as Cleveland? How much do we push forward into the 21st century while honoring, like, this is where we came from. This is, our roots are this. And we have the benefit of being one of those cities that can do both of those things. There's cities out like Seattle, it just doesn't have that history that much, right? I mean, there's places on the West Coast and and Denver and places that are thriving new cities, but they don't have they don't go back hundreds and hundreds of years. And so they're just focused on the new and what's going to come next and that sort of thing. And there's a lot of excitement in that. And we in Cleveland have this opportunity to do that and to figure out who we're going to become, also based on this foundation, just this rock foundation of some of the most powerful people in the country who came out of this region, who laid the groundwork for our culture and our society in this city, for good and for bad. And so, yeah, we've got a lot of terrain to explore, and that the West Side Market epitomized that for me in one way.
That's awesome. So most, if not all, of the 10 Minutes in Cleveland pieces are interconnected in some way, a casual mention, etc. Was that your original intention of the design, or did that evolve as the separate pieces evolved?
It was my intention to connect them, because I knew I wanted to do an evening of 10-minute plays. And those are most interesting to me if they add up to something, because otherwise it's just a little, a menu, a bunch of tapas food, a little poo-poo platter of delight. And so it is the like you get this little smorgasbord, 10 different little things, or it adds up to something bigger that you're looking at the same thing from 10 different angles. And that's what I wanted to do. So I knew I wanted there to be overlapping storylines. When I started writing, I didn't know how those were going to be. And certainly as I went through, I would realize, oh, I can mention this because I know this happened earlier in the day that this play takes place. So this will tie to this. And as you say, there's casual and more direct connections between them. But it was always part of my plan to weave them together loosely. And I think that's one of the things that fiction can do well for us, is to take that step back, because we are also enmeshed in our lives, our own little thing. I'm doing this and I've got this to do, I've got this job and whatever. And at the same time, there's hundreds of thousands of those stories going on at the exact same moment. And fiction is really a wonderful way to take that step back, to go like, you remember while you were working on that, you were out mowing your lawn? At that same moment, there was someone at a mall who had just lost their child and was like looking desperately for them. And at that same moment, the mayor was making this speech that both of you were listening to on the radio and whatever. And so it's this, I love that sense that you can play with that. And it reminds us how connected we all are. That's what I actually love about it, is that we're not all in our little tiny bubbles. We are part of this vast thing. And hopefully by collecting these plays together, that there is you get that sense of like we're all, even though we're not directly affecting each other, we're all swimming in the same water, and it is and we are having effects on each other that we don't know about.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today and for your collaboration with the Hudson Players. I know it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to everyone who has been so anxious to get back to the theater, for us to be able to have this wonderful opportunity to do this virtually.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us for our virtual production of 10 Minutes from Cleveland. For more information on our upcoming season, audition information, season ticket subscriptions, or to make a tax-deductible donation, please visit our website at www.hudsonplayers.com.